Hi, my name is Marc Kirschenbaum. I'd like to introduce you to one of my favorite models, which happens to be traditional. I'm not going to tell you what the model is until I'm actually done folding it. Admittedly using a kind of convoluted folding sequence, just for fun. See if you guess what it is before we come to the end. First we're going to start with a square. See, we have a square sheet of paper, which has a colored side just for visual aid purposes. I'm going to start with the white side up and form a valley fold along the diagonal. So it's bringing one corner to an opposite corner. Actually, the way I do this, I first form a pinch along each of the opposite corners, because I think it's more important to gain accuracy right where the corners are and let everything else fall in place along the middle portion. So once those are in place, I could just simply rub my finger along the spine that we're creating. So here we have our starting point. We're going to take top raw edge and fold it to meet one of the folded edges. I'm going to my paper to make this easier to do. Here we go. Flip the paper over and repeat the same thing on the other side. And if you were to unfold this, you have what's known as the kite base. Anyway, take apart the two side flaps here, put back your center fold, and we get to practice this thing again. We're going to take the remaining raw edges and fold them to meet the center. Okay, I'm actually now going to unfold everything. And here's a slightly tricky fold. Have these creases running along the middle portion, and they extend towards the outer edge. So make note of these points here. I'm going to form a valley fold that actually intersects right where those creases hit the edge of the paper. Did it on one side, now we're going to do that on the other side. Okay, here's an interesting side note. If you were to form a rectangle out of these four corners, which could be done, you don't do this actually, but by folding these sides to the center, you have what is known as a silver rectangle, which has a unique property of, if you were to fold it in half, you create another silver rectangle, basically a rectangle with the same proportions as its original derivative. On the opposite end of the spectrum, the square, if you were to fold it in half, you get a 2x1, which is about as different as you're going to get from a square. Anyway, moving along, unfold those two sides, fold the paper in half again, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take this corner here and meet it to the crease we just made. Unfold, repeat again, and now it's starting to look like what it's supposed to be. Basically, you put the other fold back in, flip this flap over, turn it over, flip that flap down, and if you spread apart the sides, you have what is known as the traditional cup. The secret's revealed. This is one of my favorite models. Has a lot of interesting geometric things, cool lock, cool geometry. It's great. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.